in it.
I don't think he's gonna act in it. I don't think.
No, I think he's gonna do his little.
I heard he didn't want to.
Like a scene or two.
I heard he didn't want to at all. Like a cameo, yeah, but I heard he didn't want to at all.
I don't think he's gonna be in it. I'm not sure. Is it supposed to be a sequel? Because I heard it was going to be a remake. That's what I heard. They're gonna.
No, they wanted. They said remake it because they're putting the girls in it, but they're gonna put some of the original cast in.
So it's still connecting.
So it's gonna connect. Okay.
Like they're talking about Emma Stone being in it.
Oh wow, really?
Melissa McCarthy.
That's creepy. That one I heard Melissa McCarthy.
I didn't hear.
Kristen Wiig maybe.
And I think Kristen Wiig because they want to turn it OD comedy.
Kristen Wiig would be like she would be Bill Murray She'd be Bill Murray.
Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy are perfect.
You know Melissa McCarthy. Can I just say something about her? Am I like the only person who finds her really annoying? Like I feel like everyone loves everything she does.
I think it depends. I think it depends what movie she's in. To be honest.
Yeah, it's true.
With all movies Tammy is the same role as
Tammy. I didn't.
I heard Tammy was trash. They gave the movie trash.
Tammy. I don't think that was a good.
I mean, Identity Thief. I thought it was alright.
Identity Thief and The Heat.
The Heat was actually
the Heat was good. That was good.
No, that was
like the only thing I hate is she always plays like this. I hate when she plays like this badass Like The Heat, she wasn't a badass. In The Heat, she was.
Yeah, The Heat, she was a badass.
Was she? No, she was just like a nutjob.
What was that when she came to the interrogation room and just threw the book at the guy?
Yeah, she's not a badass though. She's just crazy.
Right, she give a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I think another movie that doesn't deserve a sequel is Thor.
Doesn't
Thor really?
What? I'm sorry, but I don't.
We're talking about deserving a sequel.
Oh,
we're talking about does deserve a sequel.
No, wait.
Deserves a sequel.
Deserves a sequel.
Wait.
That was
no, but this is okay. Yeah. You don't think Thor?
I don't think so. I don't.
Thor, like the Marvel Universe Thor.
I love
Chris Hemsworth Thor.
I thought after the second one, even after I mean, I can understand.
You remember how the second one ended?
First of all,
I know, but why? I didn't like the second one at all.
You cannot have Thor without Ragnarok.
No, that's understandable.
And that's what we're getting for this third one.
But they should have gave him that in the second one. But the second
they're planning out. But they're planning out.
Ragnarok is going to be in dying.
No, I know that. Yeah, exactly. But I'm saying
What are they all dying in the third one? Civil War. Captain America's dying.
I'm not sure. See, that's what I'm thinking. I think it has to be Captain America because he doesn't want to do it. And he dies.
He's retiring, right?
Yeah, he's retiring, so he's gonna die. I'm not sure.
But now they already signed. But they signed the guy who played Winter Soldier.
He's
7 movies.
He's gonna be.
And he takes over for Captain America.
Which makes sense.
That's why the universe,
right?
Right.
But I mean, as I know, Ragnarok is a big part of Thor. He should have just been in the second movie, and that.
Right, but then that means that the whole Phase 3 you don't see Thor.
I know. That's why I understand. But I know that's understandable. I agree with that. But I mean, the second one I thought was just wasted.
Really, I loved it. I thought the second Thor movie was an amazing movie. I loved him and Loki. I loved their
that whole thing. Yeah, I thought it was good. But I mean, as movie, I felt like it's just.
Look, let me tell you something. The second one was better than the first one.
I agree 100%.
Better than the first. Blew the first one out of the water.
Yeah, by far.
Story-wise,
the first one I feel was I love the first one, but it was too Thor not doing what you want Thor to do.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was.
I
want to see more of Thor doing Thor. It's being fucking Thor.
He's Thor. He's just walking around
I'm cocky as shit. He's supposed to be cocky as fucking shit.
But now you have
one really.
He's I'm the king.
And here's what I'm wondering now. Avengers 2 takes place after the second Thor, but before the third one, obviously.
Yeah.
Where has Thor been now before Avengers?
I mean,
where has he been? Because the second one. It ended with Loki being in the castle.
Thor-wise, he's staying on Earth.
I agree.
He's been on Earth, right?
He's staying on Earth.
I think that's what confused me too. And what else confused me is at the end of Iron Man 3, when he takes out his thing. Where does that fit into where the Avengers are going? Because in the movie, throughout the whole movie, it takes place right after Avengers, right?
Yeah.
Iron Man 3 takes place right after. So
he's still having the panic attacks about going to the portal.
But then at the end of Iron Man 3, he takes out his thing. And he's
like,
I'm not Iron Man anymore. So
he blew up all his suits.
Yeah. But then he's going to be in Avengers. He's going to be in
he's having a whole bunch of suits in the fucking.
Well, here's the thing. I think. I mean, I'm guessing they're probably going to explain it, but from what you could see, when Ultron first comes out, he was made with the scrap of Iron Man's previous suits.
Yeah.
Because you see at one point he comes out and he grabs and then he grabs the other scraps and then crushes it. So I guess what they're gonna do is that he
comes
suits
back
or whatever
forcefully because of that.
Maybe.
I don't know forcefully because then how was he able to build the Hulkbuster in 2 seconds?
Yeah,
it took a day to build the Hulkbuster. So I think maybe he did it, but then he secretly kept building them after that, just because maybe that was him wiping the slate clean.
Yeah. That makes sense.
You know what I mean? After all that, this is me wiping the slate clean. Now I'm going to do it better.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
But what I also think is maybe the ends of Iron Man 3 takes place after all this. You know, maybe the ends of Iron Man 3 is like split. Is like it doesn't say it, but maybe it's like years.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So maybe
that makes
place.
Sense.
Like you have the whole movie besides the ending taking place right after Avengers. Then like it's a time lapse. Like all the time passed. Then he. That's something. He's like, I can't even picture Iron Man
they don't show anything. They don't show no transition. They just show him in the
I don't know if you guys saw the scene they did. They did an extended scene.
Yeah, with the hammer.
Yes.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that. That one I loved. I thought it was great. Because they fucking the army
was just hanging out like nothing happened.
The Patriot comes out with his shit. And Iron Man comes out with his shit. They both tried.
Yeah.
They should have had him transform into the Hulk and try that shit.
That's what I was waiting for.
I was waiting for that.
And then they looked at Scarlet.
That's not a question I need to answer.
Yeah.
I love that part. That's not a question.
I didn't see the movie.
He's like, no, you're not worthy. I'm like, that's fine.
That was. I like how Captain America moved it a little bit too. Like I do like that.
Yeah. And Thor was like,
he's like
what?
Yeah. That's right.
And can I tell you something? Can I tell you something though? That scene at the it's so. Upbeat and happy, and then it gets creepy as shit. Ultron just walks out.
But the shit he says.
Like, have you been watching this whole fucking time?
Yeah. The shit he says was
Pinocchio seems scary.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought it was the shit out of me, especially because they're all like in the living room just hanging out. And he just walks out from the shadows. Like, have you been watching this whole time?
At the end, he's like, you have no strings.
He's like, I got no strings on me.
I got goosebumps watching this.
It's like, you would expect it. You just like seeing them like effing around. Like, you would expect like.
Because you know what? That scene when he walks down and crushes the other one is part of the original trailer. You didn't know it was connected to that exact scene. So when they're doing all that, all of a sudden he walks out. I was like, oh fuck, like that's that part.
Where the trailer starts.
Wow, like that's part.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
I think they did a good job with that way of making Ultron. I think it looks like they did a good job with it.
And I love the cast for Ultron. Have you ever watched The Office? Like that's how I know him. Like the TV show The Office.
Yeah.
Like
I've seen some
of
it.
The later episodes, like when Michael Scott, like Steve Carell, when he leaves. He's like the guy who does the voice of Ultron's like an ongoing character, and he like everything he says like everyone's like afraid of him because of his voice.
Well, he's the one that's in Blacklist.
Yeah.
He's plays the guy in the Blacklist.
I think his voice is perfect. Like he was perfect voice for Ultron. Like,
Can I tell you, this is now we've made 3 Let's Talks, and this is the 2 out of the 3 we somehow just digress totally into Marvel.
To Marvel, right?
Totally to Marvel.
How could you not though? Like, how could you not?
We have to have one of
so
just Marvel.
Yeah, exactly. No, we have to do that soon.
I think
maybe next one. Hopefully, we have to get that out of our system.
Yeah, definitely. We really do. Do you wanna move on to Matt's weekly article?
Well, look at that. The article's about what? Marvel.
Oh my God! There you go.
What's the article?
The article is about the whoa.
All right. You had one job. You had one job.
It's them talking about making an Aunt May movie.
Mm-hmm. Aunt May,
Peter Parker.
Spider-Man, Aunt May?
Yes, Spider-Man.
A movie just about her.
What?
Yes, it's been clear since Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out that Sony has been struggling with the direction to take the franchise in.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
To move forward, Sinister Six, Venom, Venom Carnage, and Glass Ceiling, which is an all-female cast from Spider-Man characters. Now it's reported and rumored that the movie's going to be about Aunt May, and it says the concept about the movie is before she was shouldered with the responsibility of taking on Peter Parker. And the move that they say is going to be like some sort of espionage story.
So Aunt May was a spy?
That's what that article was saying.
Oh my God.
I mean,
oh my God.
Because there are comics where Aunt May got superpowers.
Yeah, but that's
I remember those. I remember there's comics where Aunt May was fucking like up and going and fucking skydiving and
but those
shit,
like separate like different universes.
I mean,
that's where they want to take
I guess it's the way you connect it. If you connect it perfectly, it might work. Like
but that's not what they're doing though.
No, they're not.
They want to take this as its own thing. Like they're gonna.
No, but they're gonna have to connect this movie to the Spider-Man.
They're not going to. That's the whole point.
So it's a different.
It's a whole different.
No, but
it's whole different
it's gonna have to
universe.
connect because it's gonna be what's her name?
Whatever they.
Sally Fields.
Sally Fields.
No, it's not.
I heard it was gonna be Sally Fields playing.
They said they don't have anybody because they want to do it as
a really?
young.
It's like I heard it was supposed to be Sally Fields.
See, if they would have done that
later on connected.
Let me tell you something. If they would have do that and do it right, I wouldn't mind seeing it. Because if they could connect it, maybe somehow, like towards the end of the movie, with whatever spy espionage she's doing, it somehow connects, like whatever organization she was looking into, somehow was like a subsidiary of Oscorp.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You know what I mean? And she retires. She retires, and then Peter comes or whatever. You know what I mean? Something like that's connected.
I mean, because in a way, in Amazing Spider-Man 2, she did say a lot. There was a lot of foreshadowing. In it, where she's talking about his father, like if she knows shit that you're not like.
She did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She did, but she didn't say anything to Peter. Like, we don't know a lot of the stuff. She could be hiding.
Yeah.
But you know, like in the comics, I don't remember Aunt May really knowing a lot about her father's shit, you know?
You know, no one really
So
does
in a way, that's what I'm saying. If they do connect it to that, that's perfect. If they do it, I would see. I would love to see.
I feel the reason why they're doing Aunt May is because like a feud between Sony and Marvel. I really think Marvel is now looking for ways to like.
Marvel's trying to get their rights back.
I think Sony is like looking for ways to piss off Marvel. I really think.
No, I was reading an article about
they're jerks. Like you hear like they're canceling Fantastic Four because they can't get the rights. So like, all right, so we're canceling Fantastic Four comics. Marvel refused to make because they own the rights to action figures. Refused to make any X-Men. If there's no X-Men action figures for.
But I thought if Sony owns.
They only own the rights to the movies, and that's
exactly.
Really?
I read an article about that. Right now they're fighting to keep their rights. That's why they're doing this Spider-Man reboot. But here's the
thing with the contract they have. I read is that Sony keeps the contract as long as they make. I think.
They have to make a certain amount of money in each movie.
Not money, a certain amount of movies in a certain amount of years.
Oh, okay.
That's the only way to keep the contract. Like, if they want to go on hiatus and spend more time developing a movie, they can't.
Yeah.
That's their contract. I think they have to make one movie within 3 years or something like that. So they can't sit there. You know, they have to bang them out the door like that.
In the article I'm reading,
that's why every 2 years you're getting a Spider-Man.
Exactly. Yeah. Sony's saying Sony wants to keep the rights, and Marvel's trying to get them back because about the movie thing. Yes,
because Marvel knows they can make
a better one. Yeah. What Sony's doing is like shit. They don't know what to do. In the article, they're saying that Sony is trying to talk to Marvel and say, how about we collaborate?
Yes.
And make a movie together.
But Sony doesn't want to. See, Fox is willing to.
Yes.
Fox is like Fox is okay. Like there's actually like they're talking about like there's like an unspoken Fox Marvel like movie coming out, and like no one knows.
Yeah, I heard about something.
But, like when they did that panel when like they released everything like all the Marvel movies coming. It was like maybe a month ago when they did that. Or a few weeks
is that what I did the movie update?
Yeah, movie update that. Yeah.
Yeah. So like when they released that, one of the things that they said
Fox and
was a Fox Marvel movie.
Yeah.
So like Fox at least.
I think it was like. It was one of those signed ones. I forgot. It starts with U. I forgot something. Inhumans. I think it was something like that. Maybe.
No, Inhumans is Marvel. That's Marvel. Yeah.
I don't remember.
No, but Sony said that.
I think it's gonna be X-Men. I think it's gonna be X-Men.
They want to work with Spider-Man. So they can get Spider-Man out there.
I want to see Spider-Man the Avengers.
But they said they will not give Marvel the rights to X-Men because X-Men's doing good on its own.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Fox was X-Men. Yes, X-Men. Yes.
X-Men's doing perfect on its own.
But the thing is, like Marvel owns some X-Men characters. That's why Quicksilver is going to be in Avengers.
But that's also why Quicksilver's a different Quicksilver.
But yeah, but
see, I don't understand. If they own it, like, how do they both own Quicksilver?
Because he's not only an X-Men. He's an X-Men, but he's also a Marvel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He's not just part of.
So because he was in 2 different comics, they were able to both use him because one's an X-Men, one's an Avengers. Okay.
Yeah.
I think they could even they might be able to do the same thing with Deadpool. I think Marvel can technically.
They are. That's why they're doing the Deadpool.
It is Marvel. It's not Fox that's doing Deadpool, right?
No,
it's Marvel.
It's Marvel.
Yeah,
it's Marvel.
He has his own comic, but he's also an X-Men.
Yeah.
Like same thing with there's a lot. They could use a lot of X-Men too. There's like 7 million X-Men. Like there's so many X-Men that they could choose from. That's why they did it, and they chose him because
and the Gambit
he's
movie.
Past. Gambit, yep.
Yeah, Gambit. That's right.
They own Gambit.
He's getting his own movie.
Yeah,
it's his own movie. Yeah.
Channing
Tatum's I heard about that.
Channing Tatum's playing.
Really?
Yes,
he's playing the one for Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's also going to do a standalone Gambit movie too.
Oh, so he's actually working both companies.
I think
he's working on Marvel and Fox.
That's right, maybe not.
Because Channing Tatum, I know, is playing Gambit for Apocalypse.
But that must mean then Fox is coming out with the Gambit
movie. It's probably Fox making the Gambit movie.
Yeah, then that would make sense.
Yeah, that would be Fox making the Gambit movie.
Because Channing Tatum is playing.
It is. It's not Marvel making the Gambit movie. It is Fox.
No, it's Fox.
Fox owns Gambit. Yeah.
Wow.
But see, the thing, the Aunt May, it could only work like literally one way.
Yeah.
One way. Like other things, they could take this route, that route, this idea. That one.
But if they do that,
it sounds ridiculous us talking about it like an Aunt May movie, but it could only work if they do it one specific way.
But that would require them at that point then remaking Spider-Man.
Again.
Why?
Because
we already know there is.
They're going to have to connect it.
Yeah, they're going to redo Spider-Man.
If you're going to have this whole Aunt May movie and then not connect Spider-Man to it, people are going to just.
They're going to. I mean, the Aunt May movie. They might just be calling it Aunt May movie, but it could just be like a Spider-Man origin.
I feel bad. Because I enjoyed the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
The first 3 with Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire, I'm not a fan of on his own.
Yeah.
But
I thought they were good Spider-Man movies.
I think 1 and 2 were awesome.
Yeah.
3, no.
See, like a lot, like 3 sucks.
I can't do 3.
3 sucks, but I
love seeing Venom.
Good was Venom. That was the only thing that
I love
made
seeing
3 good.
Venom, but as a Spider movie, I can't get into
corny.
it.
It was so corny.
Right,
it was corny. Yeah.
But then the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, I actually really enjoyed. Yeah. So I feel bad that Sony is getting so much shit and they're getting pushed into a corner. For Spider-Man, I enjoy what they're coming out with now, and I think
Amazing Spider-Man was awesome.
I think what you had
the
with
second one was.
I think what you had with Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, which was Tobey Maguire, that trilogy, Mark Webb's doing it better. Like I think Amazing Spider-Man, what they're doing now is better than the originals, and I feel bad that Sony is getting so
if you look at this point, like. All 3 Spider-Mans and Tobey Maguire, that trilogy, I think they got Spider-Man, even though his personality as Spider-Man wasn't Spider-Man, but the concept of Spider-Man being Spider-Man, like they got that perfectly. The way he swung through the city, the way he would do his shit, like that was Spider-Man.
But see,
this one, the first Amazing Spider-Man, he wasn't really doing that. He was wall running as he's... Like,
but see, now here's the thing.
And he got shot in the leg. So you gonna tell me that Spider-Man can't run when he gets shot in the leg? That nigga should fucking run another
But now here's
2 football fields.
What you're saying is, he got it right in the first trilogy with the way Spider-Man, but they're different Spider-Man.
Yes, even so, they're different Spider-Man, but there was never a universe Spider-Man can't fucking swing by himself. That's why they made the second one just like the trilogy.
Yeah.
When you look at the second one, it's like a mirror fucking of the trilogy, but just a better Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He swung, he was picking up heavy shit, a car. He picked up a car.
This
That's
is
what
what
Spider-Man's supposed to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not wall run, not get hit by the lizard's tail, go fucking flying. He couldn't take down the lizard.
I feel like it was like him, you know,
it was like he didn't know who
that's true. He didn't know how to really use his powers and shit. Like that's understandable. Like that Man of Steel movie in a way. That's something very understandable. But
that's the thing. Like,
I think now they got Spider-Man down packed perfectly.
But they're not because now it's Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, no, but it's rumored that they're keeping Amazing Spider-Man 3 and on the side rebooting it with Sinister Six.
Right, but now if the actor who plays him in Sinister Six is they get
all depends on what happens.
He's going to become Spider-Man. Which I feel bad because I enjoy these movies, and I think they're doing it right. I think they hit their stride with Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's one superhero.
I feel bad Sony is just so up against the ropes at this point with Spider-Man.
They're getting so much hate.
Right, and now they're getting.
But the reason why they get hate is because Marvel, and now like Disney owns like Marvel movies, and Disney's like the biggest. Like, you know, like they...
Sony, at the end of the day, Sony's fucked.
Yeah, that's...
Sooner or later, they're going to have to hand over that contract back.
If Disney like tells the public that this Spider-Man movie sucks, everyone's going to say, yeah, it sucks. It could have been awesome, but like, Marvel said it wasn't good. Like,
yeah, that's true.
And everyone's saying it because they're dying to see Spider-Man and Avengers. Let me tell you something. I guarantee you, if that day ever comes, it won't even probably be a.
Well, I want Civil War. I mean, Civil
War. The funny part, I want to see Spider-Man so bad, but I don't.
Civil War.
Civil War. Yeah.
Spider-Man in Civil War.
He has to be in it because he chooses to.
He was the first one.
He was the first one to take off his mask. He's on Iron Man's side, I think it was. So I forgot which is the one. No, Captain America to stay masked on.
Iron Man. Everyone knows who Iron Man is.
Yeah, exactly. Captain America stayed masked on Iron Man's to show people who you are.
Which is bullshit because in Avengers,
he's
never had the mask on. He couldn't keep it on.
It's confusing, so I don't know what to do. But Civil War is a big part of the Marvel universe.
Well, yeah, of course. Because that's actually one of the in-depth stories of like, damn, like secret identity, no secret identity.
Like Civil War is like DC's like Blackest Night.
Yeah,
Blackest Night, Civil War.
Yeah,
like it's like DC and Marvel. Yeah. And like I mean, I Blackest Night better. But I mean, Civil War is like one of like my favorite part of Marvel. Marvel was definitely Civil War. So when they said it's gonna be Civil War, I was like, it's gonna be so awesome. But Spider-Man has
Spider-Man.
Yeah, and they have to show all these other superheroes. I don't know how they're gonna do this.
I don't know how that's like they were really they were really trying hard to have Robert Downey Jr. sign to be in it, but you're not you're not worried about signing anybody else. Like
but you have to have. I'm scared of if Disney owns Marvel. I don't know how Disney will do this movie. Why? Because there's supposed to be a lot of gore. This thing. Absolutely. This is where they were shredding each other.
They don't put Disney's name never comes up though when they have.
No, Disney's like they're like the silent.
Look, let me tell you something. We own. Give us money. That's what Disney is. We own you, so give us money, but you do what you gotta do.
Think about this. Pulp Fiction is Disney. Do you know that the movie Pulp Fiction is Disney?
Really? I didn't know that.
That's a Disney movie. So don't say like it's.
Oh, and I have. Anyone knows? We
Disney.
can't say anything until Age of Ultron comes out because
that's supposed to be the dark
sequel to Avengers.
Disney's made dark movies.
Pulp Fiction.
That I had no idea. That's
Disney owns.
Fun fact for you.
Yeah, right. I forgot what else. I was reading up that recently, as a matter of fact. I was reading like this article. There's like a bunch of movies like you never knew Disney owns, and like Pulp Fiction was like the top of the list.
That's crazy. I had no idea that was a Disney
Fight Club.
movie.
I think Fight Club was on the list too.
Wow.
I'm not 100%, so don't quote me on it, but Fight Club might have been on the list, but definitely
just
Pulp
the Pulp
Fiction.
Fiction was wow.
That's like probably the most like sickest movie of all time. It had everything in it, you know.
Wow.
And fucking Disney owned that shit.
Yeah, so like that's why when the Deadpool, I understand is Pulp Fiction, Disney was the silent partner, and but Marvel is aims targeted more to kids.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm kind of upset that Deadpool they're gonna do PG-13 because Deadpool.
I don't know how you do a character like that PG-13.
I didn't know. I just actually you telling me this now is the first time I'm hearing, but they're really doing that.
Yep, and it's BS, and the only reason why they're doing it is because they want kids to go to the movie.
Because it's Deadpool.
But it doesn't make sense. Deadpool is that
even the video game
vulgar.
The video game was rated M. He was saying a bunch of shit.
But Disney doesn't want that movie to be because Disney knows there's more money if you're 13-year-old going by yourself. You go by yourself at 13. Yeah. Because everyone loves Deadpool.
That's what fucking money does.
Yeah,
shit.
But Disney has enough money.
Why
can't you just pay respect to the character and do it the right way?
You gonna tell me that movie itself is gonna fuck them over if they make it rated R? You know?
It's not. It's gonna be better. More people would want to see a rated R Deadpool.
Yeah,
you want to see Deadpool. I guarantee you saw the teaser leaked footage thing. I guarantee that was more gory than the movie's gonna be.
He's fucking the head was he was holding the head up in the fucking show.
That's what Deadpool does. Yeah, that's who he is.
And I fucking love.
And he's cursing and stuff. Yeah, he's not gonna be able to curse. And he's supposed Deadpool. That's who Deadpool is. He's the merc with the mouth.
What was it? Was it X-Men? That they didn't have when Wolverine side I think it was First Class where I think Wolverine's line where he says go fuck yourself is the only line.
That was awesome.
And he does it again in Days of Future
Past.
But Professor X does it.
He says I'm gonna tell you what you told me.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was great. But First Class, to hear that I was like, oh,
I know. I did not expect that.
I think in the Wolverine he did something too. He was like fuck you.
I think he straight up in the Wolverine too.
Yeah, no.
But notice who's the only one that comes into your mind when you think of that. It's Wolverine.
Yeah, of course.
Only Wolverine.
But you're PG-13. You're allowed. You're allowed to curse. You're allowed to say your curse words. But it's only there's limits on how much you could curse. It's crazy. The way they take censorship is out of control. Because it's a curse word.
Censorship has changed a lot though.
It's got
if you look at something that was made in the 90s or even the early 2000s to now,
they're open to do more.
I'm watching things on TV now and they're holy shit.
Family Guy now has gone crazy.
American Dad.
South
Park has always been
but they got even more now.
It's they get away with a lot more.
Comedy Central.
That's what I'm saying, but it's
and it's late at night.
That's why it's not.
No, but not Family Guy. Family Guy's not.
Family Guy's sick. Yeah,
American Dad.
Because it's on TBS now.
Now it went to TBS.
That's why. Oh my god, because you can't do that on Fox.
That's true.
Okay, I think that was a really good discussion. I think we have to wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed. As always, comment, subscribe if you want, like it. Any comments, questions, or improvements we can make, definitely put it in there.
Talk about any movie sequels you guys
have. Movie sequels that we didn't mention.
We didn't talk about Star. I'm surprised we didn't talk about Star Wars.
Definitely. If you want, we could actually do a part 2, a different day, maybe a few weeks from now.
We'll talk about Star Wars.
Take this up again, and we'll think of more that we can put for the same topics.
Hey, I'm cool with it.
I'm cool with Star Wars.
But thanks a lot, guys. As always,
I'm Matt.
Brandon.
Anthony.
Matt.
And we'll see you next time.